Hi and welcome back to XPlane 11, where I'm carrying on with my attempt to fly around at least Great Britain, if not most or all of the United Kingdom. So last time I landed at London City Airport, and I don't think I quite realised just how busy it was, just in terms of stuff going on. So there's some kind of train going on over there. I wonder if that's supposed to be like the, what's it called, Docklands Light Railway or something like that. I don't really know this bit of London very well. I don't really know London that well at all, even though I used to work there many years ago. But I used to go in, work, leave again, not really hang around there. So, my plan today is, oh, the map's really busy again, isn't it? Let me just see if I can turn that off for a second. So, where am I? I'm there. I think that's me there. So what I want to do is now so I'm pretty much, I am in London, and I want to come back out and round the coast and everything and around this way, but in keeping with my plan to try and do shorter hops rather than spend, like 90 minutes flying. I'd sooner spend like 30 minutes or 40 minutes flying, try and make these a bit more doable. I wanted to try and get out to around the end here. Well, he's getting rather close. Need to worry about him, I guess. But looking on the external flight planning software that I've been using, there doesn't seem to be any open strips around here. There's maybe 3 or 4 closed grass strips and everything around there, but I couldn't find anything. So I found a place, it's sort of more here, called, oh crikey, I forgot the name, Eastchurch or something like that. It seems like a grass strip on a little village. So what I'm planning to do is, could you get any closer? Is take a slightly long route. It's supposed to be like a 20-25 minute flight or whatever, but rather than fly straight there, I'm actually going to head down and fly over Biggin Hill, which is if anyone's ever been into air shows and stuff like that, it's one of those airfields that you know the name of. So kind of dip down, fly over Biggin Hill, and then over to this Eastchurch place, which I think will set me up nicely for the next session to unfortunately have to do a longer flight where I'm going to have to go around past Dover and then down to something around here. I could cut the corner off, obviously, but while I've not set this up such that that would be cheating, I also feel like I'd be missing out on what I'm trying to do here, which is mostly follow the coastline. So anyway, that's the plan. I'm going for a shorter flight today. Right, let's put the wind back on. So the wind is blowing from the west, which is over that way. Yeah, I think that's over that way. So I think I probably want to taxi down to that end of the runway. I can't quite remember the layout of things here, but let's follow the yellow lines, right? That always seems like a good plan. If in doubt, follow the yellow lines. Right, let's turn off parking brake. I've already got this all programmed in. Let's just taxi our way down this way a little bit. Now I seem to remember that London City, you can only taxi so far, and then you kind of got to get onto the runway itself and taxi on the runway. As usual, I'm mostly just making this up as I go along. Anyone who's seriously into their flight simming and doing it properly probably don't watch this. You're only going to be disappointed. Or at least you get to have a laugh at someone who's making up as they go along. Alright, I'm just going to pretend I have the runway all to myself. Now, where do I'm going to pull out onto the runway here, I think. It's just in my headset I can't quite see any detail down that way. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything on the runway, so we're going to go for it. It's definitely still yellow lines, so we're going to follow the yellow lines. I think I may have actually kind of got this right. So, I also seem to remember there's a turning spot at the end. I could probably take off in this distance anyway. It's not like this aircraft needs a big run-up. Right, almost heads down. Oh! I was adjusting my headset. Cool. I haven't actually looked at the wind speed today. As usual, I'm flying real weather and all that lark. Ah, so I could have come on there. Okay. Yeah, where is the turning spot? I'm sure when I landed here, I'm hoping it's further down here. Although it's not like I can't turn this on the spot. Ominous noise from somewhere, like it sounds like something's creeping up behind me. I suppose I could look round. Right, that looks like a turning spot there. Oh, is it? No, it isn't. Oh, okay. What's that all about? Okay, now this is it here, right? Yeah, this is it. I really don't need all of this to turn around. It's not like in some big aircraft, but it's always fun to feel like you're actually doing it like the big boys, right? This would be a lot of fun if there was like rail traffic and stuff like that. Okay. Right, let's just some brakes on for a second. Right, just make sure my headset is nice and comfy because we're about to get going. So we're going to head out this way and then sort of head south pretty much straight away. You can see there. Oh, I want to go that way. Don't really need any flaps. Let's go for it. So, grab the yoke. Oh, take that. Shoot. I forgot to give it some rudder. But I also forgot to take the back and brake off. Right, we're up. Oh, God, this is not a great takeoff. Okay. Right, let's start our turn. It's a little bit rough, I'll admit. Right, goodbye London. Given this is a fairly short hop this time, I think I may try and actually fly the whole thing by hand. Yeah, as opposed to using the autopilot. Right, let's Huh. Fairly sedate. Right, just watch my speed, starting to creep down there. It's looking a bit hazy today. We're at 10 minutes to Biggin Hill by the looks of things. Trying to look out the side window without accidentally turning or anything like that. Not easy. Yeah, this would definitely be a lot of fun with a lot of traffic. It's definitely a thing I do miss from the old days of... Was there traffic in Microsoft Flights in 2000? I think there was. But definitely in the follow-up, I think it was 2002, where they added, what they called Rail ATC or whatever the actual name of it was. You actually got to speak, well, in text, and made text choices speaking to ATC as it were. And there was plenty of traffic around and everything. That was lots of fun. And I kind of miss that in here. I don't know if there's a way of turning it on, or if it's some kind of add-on. And I realise that you can actually do online multiplayer flying and stuff like that. I think you can do it with this, but I don't want to be quite that serious about it. I mean, it would be fun, but I don't really have the time to dedicate to being that serious about it. And the idea of going and flying in some kind of multiplayer lobby or whatever you call it, talking to people doing actual ATC and that, I feel like my novice status with that kind of thing would never really improve, because I wouldn't have the time to work on it, and it would be unfair on people who are taking it really quite serious to pollute their airspace, as it were. It'd be nice if I had a single player way of doing it. Right, what are we up to? That's 6 minutes left. Yeah, definitely a hazy day today. Broken cloud. Up in here, try again. Up here in Scotland, where I am, I have poked my head out once this morning. Mostly been mucking about with my website and stuff like that. I'm rebuilding my website, which is incredibly old and needed nuking and starting again for the first time in like 23 years or whatever it is. But yeah, I have kind of looked outside, and it seems to be quite sunny and everything, so probably a bit nicer than this. I think a fair bit of rain though, so it should be nice and clear and fresh as well. Go out for a bit of a walk after this. I also need to do a run later today. Okay, getting close. Should probably have actually flown a bit lower. Just stand a better chance of seeing it. That's why sometimes when I got the headset on, I struggle to talk correctly. Just tracking to the right ever so slightly, just so I can hopefully see it out to my left somewhere. Bit of should have set myself up for a touch and go there. That could have been kind of fun actually. Where is it? Still can't see it. Oh my, about 4.5 minutes out. Aha, there it is. That's gotta be it, right? Get a bit of speed on. Watch these clouds. I'm getting a bit close to this cloud base. Very close to this cloud base actually. This is definitely one of these names that I know, especially from my childhood, watching air shows on the TV and stuff like that. Never actually been here. Don't even know if they still have air shows there actually. Kind of come alongside and then do my turn, I think. It looks like there's just the one main runway, but it's a good length by the looks of things. Try and decide what that diagonal there is. Is that just a... no, it's just a taxiway. No grass strip as well. Should probably research these things when I come. Although I wasn't going to be landing there. Just flying over. Leg setup. Okay, what's that showing? In about 25 minutes. That's actually lot slower than I was expecting. Let's give it some welly, eh? Let's get that down. Okay, let's go it closer to 15 minutes. altitude. Don't want quite so much altitude. Oh, it's actually faring up more out this way suddenly. See, I guess the next session I do is I'm going to have to make sure I've got a good hour or so free, or I'm at least feeling like I want to spend a good hour or so in the headset. I mean, there's plenty of times I actually do something for an hour or so in the headset. It's not unusual for a session into the radius to last that long, or even in this. I mean, I've done the best part of 2 hours on a flight in this before. But yeah, the next hop I think is going to have to be a longer one, just because there doesn't seem to be much in the way of any strips or anything out Dover way. Looks like I'm going to have to go all the way around the corner, which surprises me. I kind of find that a bit weird. I don't know if I'm just misreading the maps or something like that. Well, this actually looks really pleasant. Seeing the shadows from the clouds on the ground and all that kind of stuff. I think at some point I may need to try and find what other aircraft I have in here that have the full cockpit and capable of flying, do something that can really get up to altitude. I mean, I realise there's, I think is there 747 in this that's got the full cockpit? I'm fairly sure I've tried it and recorded myself trying it out a year or so back. I should probably actually try a big flight in that, not a long one, but maybe can you get 747 down at Edinburgh? I don't know. There's something like that. Do a flight from London to Edinburgh would be fun. Oh, that cloud's a bit low. That cloud's a bit low. This is fine. I think it's very big. I'm just gonna scoot through the bottom of it. That's okay, I don't think I'm gonna white out. Just skirting the edge of it. Let's just drop a little bit. Drop a bit more. Now up at about 3,000 feet, which is higher than I was planning. I'm more planning to stay up around 2,000 really. Try and get below this. Close at the coast again. forgotten the name of the place again. Eastchurch. Was it Eastchurch? Fairly sure it was Eastchurch. Yeah, it looks like it's just a little grass strip just outside. I think it's probably some kind of village, maybe a small market town. I'm not too sure actually. If anyone ever happens to watch this and you're from that area, do forgive my ignorance. Oh! Weather very suddenly changed back to kind of overcast and misty. It was a bit abrupt. Get a bit of a move on again. Something ahead there. Can't quite make out what that is. I don't think it's where that is and where I'm going. No. Every time I look round, my hand wanders. Suddenly I look back and I'm not going where I was planning on going. Under 10 minutes now. Let's see if we can have a nice landing again. I was very pleased with the landing I did at London City last time. Seemed nice and smooth. Okay, not far off. Start losing a bit more altitude. Given the winds coming from the west still, I should probably, because I'm coming straight into this place, so probably I should overshoot it, get a look at the layout and approach from the east anyway. Not a sign yet. Still just under 8 minutes out, so it's a bit of a way off yet, I guess. Let the nose creep down a bit there. I feel like this is going okay considering I've been flying it purely by hand all the way. This might be my first leg where I haven't used autopilot at all. There we go. That's creeping in. Yep, that's creeping in on there. What are we? Just under 7 minutes. Oh, I've got that thing where the hand has stopped tracking. There we go. Right. I've been trying to move my hand a little bit just to make sure that doesn't happen, but it seems to have done it anyway. I don't know if it's that the headset loses tracking of the handset, or if it's something in XPlane 11 itself that if you're not giving radical inputs for a while, it sort of just settles there. So I just had to wave my hand around a bit, which is why there was that big jump just for a moment once it picked up again. Right, can't be far off now. Not sure I can see it yet. It's out there somewhere. Still got over 5 minutes to go, I suppose. But just try and keep around 1,000 feet. I hope when I get there there actually is a runway. I did check on the navigation app that I use that there was an actual strip. I'm going to keep doing this, assuming that this application and XPlane 11 are going to be in reasonable agreement over what strips are where and what's open and so on. Just keeping an eye on the speed and my climb rate. Getting very close now. It's like just under 4 minutes. Can I see it? No, still can't see it. It's going to be a problem if it's not there. I kind of see something flashing away near the horizon over there. That's it. I should be pointing more or less straight up. Aha! I see a little collection of buildings in front of me. That's promising, right? Okay, that has some promise. I'm just gonna come slightly to the right. Fly past those. Definitely something there. A little bit hard to see my headset yet. Exactly what I'm looking at. I'm not seeing a strip. I can't remember what direction the strip ran in anyway. I don't know if it was sort of more east-west or more north-south. So yeah, let's do a little fly past. See if I can figure out what's going on. Speed's good, altitude's good. And that's gotta be it. I'm not seeing anything that looks like a runway though, which is a worry. We've got buildings. Nothing that looks like a strip. I think I'll be seeing it now. Bugger. So that, maybe that isn't it. Let's have a little fly around. Some more stuff up there. I'm not even seeing a windsock, which would suggest it's also not. Oh, hang on. Oh no, that's just a field. I don't see anything that looks like a strip around here. Oh! What's that I can see down there? Something orange. Does that look like an airstrip to you? Yay, there we go. Okay. Go for that. I think the thing with the... Whoa! I let my nose creep down there. I think the thing with the... green stripe down the middle is probably the runway. I may have thought. Trying to get a sight on it, but my wings in the way. bit of flat. Much more speed. Where are we? We've lost it. I've lost it. Oh, there it is. I'm a bit high. Let's do one more pattern, I think. See if I can get myself sorted. So I think the strip to the right is what I'm aiming for. Kind of hard to see when it's under you. I'm going to start my turn now. Try and lose some altitude. I want to bring it down to about 500. I also don't want to be rash about this. If it starts to feel like it's going wrong, this is not VTOL VR. Don't ignore being told to wave off. Wave myself off. And come round. So there's no eject on this. Ah, come on. There we go. Lost again. There it is. That was messy. That was messy. A lot of trees at the end of the runway. Don't worry about those. Oh, I'm drifting a bit. Try and side slip a little bit. I think there's a bit of a wind from the side. Trying to give it some rudder as well. Right on the edge of stall. Need to be a bit careful here. Come on, come on. We're down. That was a bit rough. That was a bit rough. It's got nice fancy hedges and everything. Might be a bit posh, mate. I'm going to do all my turns to the right using the brake, focus. I can't really brake on the left because that puts the parking brake on. I really must get around to spotting that. I just can't find in the settings what it is I'm supposed to flip. Well, this is quite a tidy looking little airstrip. It's all nicely mowed and it's got all these nice privet hedges or whatever they are by the looks of it. I like all the barrels marking the edge of the runway. Right, I'm going to park up here. That'll do. That will do. There we go. And I made it again. I'm down. I'm down. So yeah, that was a short little hop. This place does look quite fancy, doesn't it? Should we just go for a little walk? They got a nice big fancy tower and everything. My goodness. Might actually have to look at this place for real. Like, you know, just look it up. Can I get up there? Oh, won't let me up there. Oh my goodness, is it raining? It's actually a hint of rain. Lost my plane. Lost my plane there. It is. It started raining. It looks like I landed just in time. So yeah, that hasn't got me that much further on the map, but it's got me closer to Dover, and I'm going to go around the corner and try and find somewhere on the south coast to land next time. It's got me away from London though, and it was pretty successful. And it wasn't a bad landing actually. It took me a little bit of faffing just to figure out where it was and line up properly and everything, but having done that, I feel like it was okay landing. I was a bit close to the stall coming in, which I suppose you kind of want, but the actual final touchdown felt like it was pretty smooth, and you know, I didn't hear a nasty crunch or anything like that, so that's good. So anyway, from this dip into XPlane 11 with my continuing trip around GB/UK, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.